Hi guys, Rocketman here again. This time I want to present you a game that I have played recently, also a ranked game. I do it with the Ari, and this time I want to go ahead and start talking you through my runes and then my masteries, like my choice of them and why I chose them, because it was requested from me, and I thought that it would be useful to do it pre-game. So, I played a Lulu Vayne lane this time around against Jinx Morgana, who are bound to outrange us, and I'm running pretty aggressive runes. It's 10 AP, 8.5 physical damage, so my auto attacks deal a lot of damage. 8.5 armor, 1.7 mana regen, because Lulu, like, the type of player who spams a lot, like uses a lot of abilities to poke and damage the enemies in lane. So I used that mana regen to balance out my mana hungriness, and 72 health to not get instantly bursted if I trade against the enemy bot lane. Okay, so I'm gonna boom and boom. So I'm gonna talk. Here are the masteries I use. I run 0921. It's basically very utility focused. The 9 defensive things, mastery points, are pretty standard for laning, because I reduce the damage I take from champions, and get pretty much try to get as much health and health regen as possible to be able to sustain in lane over time, and be able to trade effectively. So for the utility tree, I use as much mana regen as possible, also movement speed to be able to dodge skill shots, and I use the cookie obviously for even more mana, that my heal potions become cookies that I can regen off of, and also I use the summoner spell cooldown reduction and all the gold income I can get from the utility masteries. So I'm gonna continue with the actual replay and disable this. Okay, our Volibear is his name is Captain Volibear, so, and his skin is also Captain Volibear, so it's expected that he is kind of good on Volibear, I guess. What else is there to notice? This time I'm not pre-made with my ADC, so Vayne is one of the champions I have a very, like, biased view on, because normal solo queue Vaynes tend to be overly aggressive and can't back it up with, like, good enough mechanical abilities to, like, be able to do those outplays. Like, in their head they're always like the best, but when they actually play it out in the game, they're not that good. So we'll see how this Vayne will perform, and I'm confident that my pre-made Ari will do well. Yeah, because otherwise I wouldn't choose him as a duo. So this pretty much basic stuff, just defending jungle entrances. Don't go on Facebook, don't whatever. Here we, like, derp around a little bit, but we still like keep the camera on whatever an invade attempt could be happening, because Morgana level 1 has high catch potential. Not as good as a Blitzcrank or Thresh, but it's still pretty dangerous if you get hit and get collapsed on by 5 people. So the Vayne Lulu lane, like, I picked Lulu to make up for the very weak laning phase the Vayne has early on, because she has very little range, and I can make her trades better with my shield, and also I can zone enemies off with my high burst and the Q poke, so that the enemy team, like the enemy that I enable or give my Vayne room to breathe and to CS. Okay, here I hit a Q on Jinx. That's a little bit of a misplay by them. It's like I take a few too many auto hits, but it's okay because Morgana wasn't ready or wasn't in range to trade back, so we traded 2 people for 1. It's always important to trade as efficiently as possible. So they had level 2, us as well. I'm like, as you see, I'm hovering. Okay, I missed the Q on I think both of them. That's pretty bad by me. But since I'm using Smartcast, I'm always like spam clicking E because I want to target the enemy, one of the enemies, with my E, the help picks, and then follow up with a Q on both of them. That's how the Lulu combo goes. Yep, there I hit it again. Vayne gets ignited, and Jinx tries to trade with me, but she fails to realize that I have a lot of burst, as you could see from my runes and masteries, and Vayne flashes out really nicely, recognizing that the minion aggro would have killed her if she didn't flash out, if she tanked any longer. So that was a really nice pickup by us. Morgana is pretty low. I hit another Q on her. The Q, one of the Qs, like Lulu is a champion that works that way, that you always have to be aware of the position of your picks, and the other because there are always 2 Qs flying out in a straight line. One comes from Lulu herself and one from the picks. So yeah, that was a good first blood. So I'm telling Vayne that I'm sorry for messing up her CS, because I really feel like my random auto attacks in lane have made her, like, I mostly play with pre-made AD carries, and they kind of know my auto attack patterns to push the wave, and people who are not used to it sometimes get confused, and we end up messing up the CS, which hurts our bot lane in general, like the whole bot lane. So we're back in lane. I bought the upgraded gold item to get even more ability power, because obviously right now we're ahead since we killed them, and I want to poke even more. This is fine because we forced the flash out of Jinx, but it was bad of me to eat the Morgana Q, but at the same time it worked as an unintentional bait, I could say, because I ate the binding, I made them move up to poke me, like to follow up the binding damage, and that's when Morgana Nidalee had an easy time. So they missed binding, and Vayne is able to land a lot of auto attacks, also like get the silver boat passive off, the 3 hit, and without getting traded back on. Like she took little to no damage. I'm always, as you could notice, I'm always buying a lot of potions, so I can spam my abilities and sustain if I take bad trades. Like basically the bot lane with more potions is able to overextend more and is able to take bad trades and still sustain and stay in lane longer and be more relevant. Because bot lane is obviously the the key factor to secure dragons, and like low a bot lane that's low on mana and health is not able to help. So I wrote that Nautilus is bot. He just trinketed the try and then went back into the jungle. So right now I'm assuming that he's at double golems. Okay, I eat another binding, but I shield it, the damage, so I take a little less damage. But still, it's not necessary to eat it. Okay, the Nidalee is ganking. I'm moving up. It's good. She hits the spear. Now the teleport comes in from Riven. She gets knocked away and instantly squirreled, like polymorphed by me, and I also exhaust her, but she manages to hit her Windlash slash the ultimate onto Nidalee so that she still dies. But we still manage to disengage pretty well, and we don't give up any more unnecessary kills. Like, it was a very good counterplay, but by Riven, the teleport. Now, and that enabled Volibear to push up and CS for free for a long time. So that should give him a lead. And we don't really feel behind because we forced Jinx out of lane. I'm basically trying to zone Morgana off of XP range as much as possible, but I don't do it very successfully. She still gets her level 6. Okay, I'm out of wards, so it's fairly dangerous to since Morgana gained brush control on their side, it's fairly dangerous to walk in that area. So I start to I eat the binding. I start to move up to the top side to not mirror Morgana because that's what she would want, but instead I go to mirror the Jinx in like regarding the lane position. So that was a very preemptive flash by Vayne. She gets ulted and instantly flashes. That's really like it's a summoner burn, but we managed to stay in lane, so it's a fine trade. Summoner for ult is not optimal, but it's good. It was good of her to recognize the threat of a fully channeled Morgana ult. Okay. So Jinx eats the binding, and we get a Ahri gank and a Nidalee gank. She gets smited on, and yep. Vayne even tries to heal the Nidalee to make her survive, but that was a it was unnecessary by the Nidalee to try to secure the kill, because she basically gave Morgana the opportunity to get the best out of Morgana's hopeless situation, because she traded 1 for 1. due to the over aggressiveness of Nidalee. It's like the bind if you get binded on the tower this early, you're bound to be killed by the tower shots. We take the skull crab. Like, always try to get something. Always try to think ahead. Like, don't after the dragon, don't just base. Just think about what's close. Like, for example, if blue was up, we could have helped the Ahri to get the blue for her, because then Nidalee didn't have to come down and get it, like do it for her. It was just take up so much time, and but this way we get a free skull crab after dragon. It's not too bad either. So I Whimsy the Vayne to save the tower, because it's fairly low, but it's not like the tower is not in kill range right now. So I shield the Vayne to block off some of the damage. Nice. So we have minion advantage right now, and we're looking for. Ouch. Yeah, Vayne and I eat a lot of binding this game, but we still manage to trade very efficiently, despite getting eating so much poke. So we see Kayle mid. The jungler is missing, but we have a ward in Tribrush, and as you can see, up in the river, Ahri has very sufficient warding, so that we don't have to worry about mid lane ganks. So they get a kill on Kayle because Captain Volibear dived her. So that releases even more pressure off of the other lanes, because mid is the most centered lane, and now we actually pick up more kills. I flash and miss the Q, that's good by me. And I shield the Nidalee to make sure she survives this time around. Vayne baited it pretty well. She got engaged on intentionally, so that the Nidalee could just come in and collapse onto them, because they thought Vayne was out of position without realizing that it was a bait. So that was pretty well done by us. My flash Q wasn't that good, but again, I just burned flash and didn't lose any more for it. Okay, so I get a Magus here. It's like YOLO, because it's 12 and 2 right now in terms of kills, and we're super far ahead. I can basically, yeah, I have tier 1 boots, so they're not optimal to roam, but again, I can make it up with my Whimsy, with the W, to speed myself up whenever it's off cooldown. So I have the Nidalee to take the Skull Crab and go bot again to assist my Vayne. We have a nice pink ward there, and I eat the next binding. I don't think that I get the slow onto Jinx. Yeah, so the teleport gets cancelled by Volibear, obviously. The teleport would have been pretty devastating. So they have no tower, so despite getting hit by skill shots, the snare doesn't prevent the Vayne from auto attacking, so she can still trade, because Jinx fails to Jinx doesn't manage to get out of range of Vayne. But again, after the binding CC stopped, Vayne has a lot of movement speed from her ultimate, and just because of her kit. So Ari gets a really nice kill onto Kale. Not sure how it happened, but I'm just rotating mid because we can push the tower as 3, and Vayne can solo push bot because I'm confident in her ability to recognize when to back off. Obviously Morgana is mid, so it's 3 versus 3. Kale was dead, so the only thing she would face would be Jinx, and since she's so far ahead of Jinx, it's fine. It's fine for her to stay bot. Okay, Riven flashes in very aggressively. I dodged the W from Jinx, and yep, Ari lands a charm. I land my combo, and yeah, nice fadeaway kill. That was like our teammates in this game are fairly like they land their skill shots pretty well, so it's good by them. Uh, right now their tower is almost in kill range, so we just have to get a few auto hits off, and also with Nidalee we have pretty strong poke, so we can siege them off of the turret. Now we get the pink ward. Yeah, being a gentleman. I pink like this is a very aggressive pink ward by me, and by the yeah, because it can be cleared easily if the game was even, but since we're so far ahead, it's very unlikely that the enemy team even dares to walk that far up to even try to ward, like give vision over dragon. So this ward is only recommended if you're ahead or if you constantly try to contest that area for whatever reason, because your bot lane is ahead or you want to catch their jungler off guard with mid lane or something. So the god top dies the trick to G, but yeah, Ari and I both ride rip. It's just like for fun, because obviously right now the game there's not much to do. We got both tier 2 turrets. We got all of the all 3 tier 2 turrets, and yeah, Nautilus is overextending pretty much. So and we also got dragon. There was a nice condemn by Vayne. Nidalee is going for the chase again. Like the position Nidalee is in is pretty terrible. Yep, that's she gets killed for it. And our Volibear is like a monster frontline right now. We can hide behind him. Like look at how he is just creating a frontline by himself so that we can take the dragon pretty much the inhibitor pretty much for free. So that's the next objective. Since all tier 2 turrets are down, we can get their red buff. Like it's too early in the game, even though we have like 4 times more kills than them. We can't just end by pushing the turrets. Right now we're trying to abuse the fog of war to get an easy or get a sneak kill on Jinx with a charm, but she like her pathing is smart enough to dodge out our CC, which has not infinite range. So yeah, Ari dodges the W from Jinx. We keep pushing the next turret. Nidalee is mid again. Like it's fine for her not to group, because yeah, obviously the enemy team is not willing to play too much anymore. We're too far ahead. Yeah, I sidestepped the rocket Volibear as well. Vayne goes ham, and I think okay, they surrender. So this was a very quick game and a convincing win by our team. Bot lane, we got killed once by the teleport, or Vayne got the Nidalee got killed once by the teleport gang from Riven, but other than that we played out the lane very well, traded efficiently despite taking like getting hit by a lot of dark bindings and the of course the W follow up from Jinx. But yeah, I think the Vayne and I just synergized better, and like our positioning in lane was better than theirs because we could always focus the same target at the same like at one time, and Jinx and Morgana weren't always on the same level position wise. Yeah, so that again was around like high plat, something like that, like a few low diamonds in there, and yeah, I mean Ari went 6-0, I went 2-0, so it was yeah, one could say it was a stomp, but still I think I did pretty well on Lulu, and I hope that you learned like some more about the champion, because I think Lulu is one of the strongest picks in bot lane right now. Yeah, so this is it for now, and thanks for watching, and until next time, bye.